Good morning, students. Today we will see the numericals. Sorry. Today we will see the numericals based on clutches. Uh, so let's start. Today's content we are going to cover in this lecture is numericals based on cone clutch and the numericals based on the centrifugal clutch. Now let us start with the first numerical that is based on the cone clutch. Now, the contact surface in a cone clutch have an effective diameter of 80 mm. The semi angle of the cone is 15 degree and coefficient of friction is 0.3. Find the torque required to produce slipping of the clutch if the axial force applied is 200 newtons. The clutch is employed to connect an electric motor running uniformly at 900 rpm with a flywheel which is initially stationary. The flywheel has a mass of 14 kg and its radius of gyration is 160 mm. Now calculate the time required for the flywheel to attain full speed and also energy lost in the slipping of the clutch. So this is the numerical of cone clutch, and we have to find out the energy lost in the slipping of the cone clutch and the speed of a flywheel that will be attained, okay, which is connected to the cone clutch. So first, let us find out what here it is given in the numerical. So now, first of all, we have given the effective diameter of the clutch, right? Effective diameter of the clutch E is equal to 80 mm. So capital R will be equal to 40 mm. This is the mean radius of the clutch. Now, the semi angle of the cone 15 degree. That means we have alpha 15 degree. Coefficient of friction 0.3. That means mu is equal to 0.3. Find the torque required. We have to identify the torque required for slipping if total axial force is applied 200 newtons. So 200 newtons is our axial force W. Now the clutch employed to connect electric motor running uniformly at 900 rpm. The speed given is 900 rpm. So we will find here from the angular velocity omega, which is equal to 2 pi which is equal to 2 pi n upon 60. So omega will be 2 pi into 900 divided by 60, which will be equal to 94.26 radians per second. We have identified here only the angular speed. Now next, the flywheel has a mass of 14 kg. That means the mass of flywheel is given 14 kg and radius of gyration is 160 mm. So k is equal to 160 mm, or we can say 0.016 meter. Now let's start with the numerical. So solution. Now first we identify the torque required to produce slipping for the clutch. Now we know that the torque required to produce slipping of the clutch is T is equal to mu W. T is equal to mu WR cosec alpha. So here we have given the value of mu, W, R and cosec alpha. So we will just put down all the values. Mu is 0.3, W is 200, R is 40 and cosec alpha is the 15 degree. So cosec 15 degree. When we solve it, we will get the value of 9272.8 Newton mm. So it will be converted to in meter. So this will become 9.272 Newton meter. So this is our torque required. Now, second thing is time required for the flywheel to attain full speed. Now, let small t is equal to the time required for the flywheel to attain full speed from the stationary position. Okay, stationary position से full speed attain करने के लिए जो time required है that we have supposed as t. Alpha is the angular acceleration of the flywheel. फ्लाईव्हील का जो एंगुलर एक्सेलरेशन है मींस रोटेशन में जो एक्सेलरेशन आएगा दैट इज द अल्फा वी नो दैट द मास movement of inertia of the flywheel I is equal to mk square. It is the moment of inertia for the flywheel. So I m is given 14 kg and k also is given 0.16. So we identify the moment of inertia which will be 14 into 0.6 square, that is equal to 0. 3584 kg meter square. Okay, this is moment of inertia for flywheel. Now we also know that the torque transmitted by the flywheel T is equal to I into alpha. That means moment of inertia into angular acceleration. So we have given, we know that the torque we have identified earlier. So 9.272 into moment of inertia we have already identified. It's 0.3584 into alpha. So the angular acceleration of the flywheel alpha will be equal to 9.272 upon 0.3584. That means 25.87 radian per second square. So and the angular speed omega, which is omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. So omega we have identified earlier in the given section that 9.24 radian per seconds, omega 0 is 0, alpha we have identified here only 25.87 into t. So we will get 25.84 into t. So t is equal to 94.26 divided by 24.84. This is 3.64 seconds. So angular speed omega will be our 2 point angular our the time required to flywheel which will attain in which the flywheel attains full speed is 3.64 seconds. Now, we have to find the energy lost in slipping of the clutch. We know that the angular displacement angular displacement theta is equal to average angular speed into time. So, average angular speed is omega 0 plus omega by 2 because omega 0 and omega are the angular speeds into t. So, omega 0 is 0, omega is 94.26 upon 2 into 3.64. That means our angular displacement theta is equal to 171.55 radians. So energy lost in slipping of the clutch will be equal to T into theta. So 9.272 into 171.55, that means 1590.78 Newton meter energy will be lost in the slipping of the clutch. So kind of this we have completed this numerical, all three answers we have identified. Now moving to the next numerical, this is again based on our cone clutch itself. So the next numerical says determine the principal dimensions of the cone clutch faced with leather to transmit 30 kilowatt at 750 rpm from an electric motor to an air compressor. Sketch a sectional front view of the clutch and provide main dimensions on the sketch. Assume semi-angle of the cone is 12.5 degree. Mu is equal to 0.2. Mean diameter of cone is 6 to 10 D, where D is the diameter of shaft. Allowable normal pressure for leather and cast iron is equal to 0.75 to 0.1 Newton per mm square. Load factor 1.75 and the mean diameter of the face width, mean diameter to face width ratio is 6. So in this, we have to find out principal dimensions of the cone clutch, all the dimensions of the cone clutch we have to identify for which the data is given. So let's see first what data we are here provided with. So number one, power is given, P is equal to 30 kilowatt, which will we convert 30 into 10 to the power 3 watts. Speed is given, N is equal to 750 RPM. Alpha is given semi-angle 12.5 degrees Celsius. Mu not sorry degree Celsius, is 12.5 degree only. Mu is coefficient of friction, which is 0.2. Diameter, we have mean diameter of cone we have given, which is equal to 6 to 10 D, where D is the diameter of the shaft. We have to find the diameter of the shaft. Pressure, we have given allowable normal pressure for leather and cast iron. It is 0.75 to 0.1 Newton per mm square. Load factor is given. Load factor KL is 1.75 and the ratio of mean diameter to the face width is D upon B, that is equal to 6. Now let's start with the solution. First, let us find the diameter of the shaft. Okay, on the diameter was, we will find the diameter of shaft on which the clutch is mounted. So we know that the torque transmitted by the shaft T is equal to P into 60 upon 2 pi n. We know that power is equal to 2 pi nt upon 60, so T will be equal to P into 60 upon 2 pi n. Now here we have provided with the load factor. In load factor, that means we have to multiply this load factor to get the actual torque. So we have already multiplied here only the load factor, that is P into 60 upon 2 pi n into KL, which is our load factor. Let's put the value of all these things. So power, so 30 into 10 to the power 3 into 60 upon 2 into pi into 750 whole multiplied by 1.75. When we solve this, we will get T is equal to 668.45 Newton meter, or we can say 668.45 into 10 to the power 3 Newton mm. This is the torque transmitted by the shaft. And also we know that the torque transmitted by the shaft T is equal to pi by 16 tau d cube, which is the general relation in the shaft design. So here we will put the values. So we have identified the torque transmitted T is equal to 668.45 into 10 to the power 3, that is equal to pi by 16. Tau, we have taken tau as 42 Newton per mm square, which is the normal value for the shafts. Generally, steel is used to make the shaft. So the 42.42 Newton per mm square is the shear stress for the steel. So pi by 16 into 42 into d cube. From here we identify the value of d, that is 43.27 mm. So we can say it 50 mm. The shaft diameter is 50 mm. Now let's move further. Now let us find the principal dimensions of the cone clutch. Now capital D is the mean diameter of the clutch, capital R is equal to mean radius of the clutch, and small b is the face width of the clutch. Now since the allowable normal pressure Pn for leather and cast iron is 0.75 to 0.1 Newton per mm square, therefore let us take Pn is equal to 0.1 Newton per mm square. We have taken the normal pressure as 0.1 Newton per mm square. We know that torque developed by the clutch T is equal to 2 pi mu Pn R square B. This is the formula for the torque developed in the clutch. So we will put the values over here. So we have put the value of torque 668.45 into 10 to the power 3, 2 pi into 0.2 into 0.1 r square into, we have put the value of b is equal to r by 3. So this is total when we multiply this. So this is equal to 0.041 r cube. Now the value of b is substituted by r. It is mentioned over here that how we have converted small b into terms of r. D upon b is equal to 6, so 2r upon b is equal to 6, so r upon b is equal to 3, so b is equal to r by 3. So here we put b is equal to r by 3. After solving this, we will get the value of r cube, and our value of r is 255 mm. So 2r will be equal to 510 mm. So since the calculated value of mean diameter of clutch is nearly equal to the 10d, so given value of d is 6 to 10d. So therefore the calculated value of mean diameter is safe. Now we know that the face width of the clutch B is equal to D by 6. So that means B will be equal to 510 upon 6, that is 85 mm. Now we have to identify the diameters R1 and R2. From the figure here mentioned, we will see that R1 is equal to R plus B by 2. Okay, R1 is equal to R plus B by 2. So R1 is equal to R plus V by 2 sine alpha. So the value of R1 will be equal to 255 plus 85 by 2 sine 12 and a half. So which is equal to 264.19 mm. So the value of R1 is 264.19 mm. Similarly, the inner radius of the clutch R2 is equal to R minus B by 2 sine alpha, which is equal to 255 minus 85 by 2 sine 12 and a half degree, which is equal to 245.8 mm. So with this type we have identified the principal dimensions of the cone clutch. So here the numerical is completed. Now moving to the further, now we will see the numerical based on the centrifugal clutch. Now the question is given here: a centrifugal clutch is to be designed to transmit 15 kilowatt at 900 rpm. The shoes are 4 in number. The speed at which engagement begins is 3/4 of the running speed. The inside radius of the pulley rim is 150 mm. The shoes are lined with Ferrado, for which the coefficient of friction may be taken as 0.25. Determine mass of the shoes and the size of the shoes. In the cone clutch, we have to identify mainly the size of the shoes and the mass of the shoes, which is responsible for the working of the cone clutch. Now, let's see what is given over here. From numerical, we can see that the power is given P is equal to 15 kilowatt, which means we have converted into watts, so 15 into 10 to the power 3 watts. The shoes, number of shoes are given 4, so N is equal to 4. The speed at which the engagement begins, we have also provided with the speed, that is 900 rpms. So, and the radius, inside radius of the pulley rim is 150 mm. So this is equal to 0.15 meter, and the coefficient of friction of 0.25. So these values are given over here. Now first we will identify the mass of the shoe. Now let small m is equal to mass of the, let small m is equal to here mass of the shoe. So we know that the angular running speed omega is equal to 2 pi n upon 60. So we will find the angular running speed. So 2 into pi into 900 upon 60, which is equal to 94.24 radian per second. Now since the speed at which the engagement begins is 3/4 of the running speed. Therefore, the angular speed at which engagement is begin is omega is equal to 3 by 4 omega, which is equal to 3 by 4 into 94.24. That means this value is 70.68 radian per seconds. Okay, now assuming that the center of gravity of the shoe lies at the distance of 120 mm, this is 130 mm less than capital R from the center of the spider. Okay, we have taken the generally center of gravity somewhere between, so we have taken it as 30 mm less than mean radius R. Okay, so small r is equal to 120 mm or 0.12 meter. Fine. Now we know that centrifugal force acting on each shoe PC is equal to m omega square r. So value of PC will be m into 94.24 square into 0.12. So we have find the value of PC is equal to 1065.7 m newtons, and the inward force on each shoe exerted by spring, that is centrifugal force at engagement speed omega 1, PS is equal to m omega 1 square r. So this is equal to m into 70.68 square into 0.12. So this is solving this, we will find that PS is equal to 599.4 m newtons. Now we know that the torque transmitted at the running speed, T is equal to P into 60 upon 2 pi n. We have substituted all the values, and solving this relation we will get the value of P as 159.15 Newton meter. Now we also know that the torque transmitted T is equal to mu into PC minus PSR into N. So let's substitute all the values. So here it is 159.15 is equal to 0.25 into 1065.7 m minus 599.4 m into 0.15 into 4. Solving this we will get 70.095 m. So m will be equal to 159.15 upon 70.095, which is equal to 2.27 kg. So the mass of the shoes here is 2.27 kgs. Now, the size of the shoe, let small l is equal to contact length of the shoe in mm, small b is equal to width of the shoe in mm. Assuming that the arc of contact of the shoe subtended an angle of theta is equal to 60 degree on pi by or pi by 3 radian at the center of the spider. So the angle substituted by the arcs of the shoe is 60 degree. We have assumed that. Therefore, L is equal to theta into R. So which is equal to pi by 3 into 150, pi by 3 into 150, which means 157 mm. So we have got the value of length which is equal to 157 mm. Now area of contact of shoe A is equal to L into B, that means 157 B mm square. This is area, assuming that the intensity of the pressure P exerted on the shoe is 0.1 Newton per mm square. Therefore the force with which the shoe presses against the rim, which is equal to A into P. So A into P is equal to 15.7 B newtons. So this is the force. Now, we also know that the force with which the shoe presses against the rim is equal to PC minus PS. This is equal to 1065.7 M minus 59.4 M. That means 466.3 M. Okay, this is the force against the rim. Now we substitute the value of M. So 466.3 into 2.27, which will be equal to 1058.5 Newton. So this is our equation number 2. Now from equation number 1 and equation number 2, we will find that B is equal to 150, B is equal to 1058.5 divided by 15.7. So here B will be equal to 60.67.4 mm. So like this we will find out the values of L and B, principal dimensions. So that's all for today, students. Thank you very much. If you have any queries in this particular section, you can send your queries to me uh, on my WhatsApp number, or you can share your comments on this particular video. I will solve it. And please do submit all the assignments you have provided, and also your practical file, which should be completed by now, as I have already given you the manuals that was provided for MCD. So I've already given you those manuals, and the assignments that also I have given. So please submit your assignments and your practical files on my personal WhatsApp number. Uh, okay, so that's all for today. That's all for today, students. Thank you very much. Bye.